I'm just waiting for the aliens.
Uh, would you be disappointed if we told you they're not coming?
Why would you do that?
Why would we disappoint you? Because we don't want
Yeah.
to lie to you.
Oh, they're already here.
Yes, but they're not aliens.
What are they?
They're from Earth just like you are.
Nah, I don't believe you.
Well, too bad. Tough noogies.
What about shapeshifters? No?
Oh, well, that's interdimensional. Now there's all. Remember, the dynamic. You all are existing in a third and a fourth dimensional reality. All right. The third dimensional reality is one, the tangible physical one. The fourth dimension not only includes all of the dynamic. The fourth, first of all, what you're talking about is ranges of frequency. All right. The three-dimensional experience is the lowest range of frequencies, the most solid in their dynamics, but they're also the most negative. They're also the dynamics of that energy that is not, that motivates through the dynamic of negativity. Where were we?
That there's a range of frequencies, and the 3D is the lowest, the
Right.
most
But
dense.
you exist in the 4D. Right. Now, the 4D also includes all of the dynamics of the beliefs that you have developed within the dynamics of this physical 3D reality. And it adds a whole dynamic of religion, of galactic blah blahs, of non seen entities, of but they're all part of the belief system of the fourth dimension. Now, when you are in that dynamic, here's the trick: when you're in that dynamic, you can manipulate those dynamics of energy if you have objectivity and you understand them. You can utilize them in such a way as to create a very wonderful and wondrous reality for yourself and those that are close and around the dynamic of your creation. But you have to be able to get to that place where you can see with a certain dynamic of understanding, with a certain dynamic of objectivity. Yes, what's your question?
It's not a question. I had an image.
What's your image?
My image is that the 4D is like the holodeck.
Well, yes, we see it almost like a big cube energetically. Now, it contains the widest range of frequency, which is why you have situations where you have ghosts,
Mm-hmm.
where you have energies and people that never move beyond certain energies because they're locked in them because of the levels of fear and the actual things that they have done in their lives. You only believe that in order to go to hell and be punished in that sort of way, you have to believe in hell. You have to believe that you've done something and you deserve to be punished. Otherwise, you're not going to have that experience. The divine doesn't wish you to have any sort of negativity in that sort of way. You do enough with shadow stuff when you're in the physical.
So the aliens are just part of that 4D.
The aliens are just a part of that 4D. Exactly correct. Now, that doesn't mean they're not physical and they're dynamic, but they only exist within that 4D reality. As we've been talking to you about your quest, your desire for so many of you to move to a 5D reality, which is a dynamic of beyond the competition and comparison, which is a dynamic of caring, connection, compassion, of love, and it is a dynamic of energy where you are sharing a melded consciousness with others. But with that melded consciousness also comes complete disclosure of the dynamics of who you really are. So moving into the dynamic of a fifth dimensional experience, you must be healed. You must be willing to leave behind all of these old energetic dynamics. And so aliens are as real as you believe them to be. Because within the fourth dimensional experience, they can be and are real and tangible. When you move beyond that dynamic to a fifth dimensional experience, you realize they are just reflections and aspects of yourselves. Dun, dun, dun. Go ahead, Shell.
I have two questions. First one is Bigfoot. I dove into that a little bit, and the last time I was diving into that, I thought it was interesting. I don't know how accurate this is about how, that they will allow you to see them if they feel safe or something of that sort, like a higher, they're in another frequency, but you can only see them if like they feel safe to show you them.
Mm-hmm.
Is that true?
Is that a question?
Yes.
So let's ask the Sasquatch expert.
Yeah.
Why is Adrian a Sasquatch expert?
Does she see them?
She's not herself, but she has interacted with people who have. And up here where we live, there are a number of Sasquatches up in the mountains, and there has been a number of sightings of them over the past few years. But even so.
But they're still 4D.
Yeah, they're still 4D, yes,
Yeah.
but they also have the ability to not. It's not shapeshift. They can
In and out of dimension.
move in and out of this matrix. In other words, they can step out of this matrix and not be seen, or they can allow you to see them. It really all depends on who you are, because if you remember, maybe you don't, but early on in the dynamics of Bigfoot and the whole Sasquatch thing, it was probably in the 70s, maybe the mid 60s, the mid 70s. The rumors had always been there, but even back in those days, most city folk were afraid to go into the woods, as most city folks are afraid to go into the woods now, these days, because they're afraid something's going to kill them, or they're going to kill themselves. Are they real? Yeah, they're real in the dynamics of the understanding of the fourth dimension. The fourth dimensional stuff is formed by human belief. In other words, many thousands of years ago, as humanity began to develop, if you're just considering a natural evolutionary sort of dynamic, that there were any number of hominids on the planet at that time, and each one of them were going through the dynamics of growth and dynamics of, again, it's all an experiment. It's all a dynamic of a movement. Well, you see, we're not telling you there are not aliens that will make themselves present, but they're not from outside of this universe. They are all within the dynamics of the hierarchical universe. All right? So that's not to say that ultimately they are ultimately they're not any more evolved than you are. They may be more technologically advanced in some way, shape, or form, but that all has to do with the dynamics of belief system. You move to the dynamic of a fifth dimensional understanding of things, and nothing is alien anymore. They are all a part of what is.